more tournament tomorrow. Hopefully, everybody will be here. But we'd like to thank our sponsors, which is Sun International, which is from the Flamingo Casino, as well as the Tuscan Hospitality. And then we've got West End. They are butcheries in Kimberley. Apparently, they're quite popular. And also, in addition to that, we would like to thank Brand Designs, who did an absolutely amazing job with the hockey stands and the stands that we've been using this entire weekend. So we'd like to just thank everybody that has been involved in ensuring that this was a huge success. To the Falcons franchise, well done and congratulations. You've done a fantastic job this weekend, and thank you for the hospitality. Now we will start. We're going to actually get the two finalists on the main stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please, this is going to be quite an finals, and I want you to please come and sit down and enjoy. So our caller today is Tyler Shears, and he will be assisted by Liam Nicholson. Please give them a round of applause. They've been doing an excellent job for the whole day. As you can see, I'm just wasting time until Simon comes along. The Saint has entered the room. Please give him a warm welcome all the way from Quebec, Mr. Simon Adams.
Start. Simon Adams to throw first. Game on!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here at the African Continental Tour. We are at the stage of the final event here where we got Simon Adams versus Dino Deer. Firstly, we would like to apologize to all our viewers for the technical difficulties in the second semi-final affair. We had a bit of technical difficulties, however we are up and running. Just to give you guys an update of what has happened, we had Dino Deer, who had an epic run into this tournament. He's beat like tournament favorites like Devin Peterson, Johan Geldenhuys. He's really doing well for himself here in this event. It's his hometown event, and he has the crowd on his side. And just to make mention that this is his very first ACT final. He's been knocking on the door to get to the stage of the tournament because in his progress joining this initiative, he's always been in the quarterfinals, semi-finals, last 16, so he showed great strides as a player, improving his game, and here we see him in the final in his hometown, and he's going up against a veteran of our sport, Simon Adams. Simon Adams coming into this final, putting a lot of work in for the African darts group, you know, committing himself to the younger generation of our sport, focusing on the youth as well as the International Darts School League. And we hope that they will entertain you to an awesome final. It's a race to 8, ladies and gentlemen. Like we said, we thank everybody for your time and your patience as well as the technical difficulties that we have previously. And we hope that we can give you something to look forward to in this final.
82. 14-6.
Come on, D.
47.
No problem. No problem.
49. Dean, you require 128. 57. Simon, you require 140.
We're in the final here, ladies and gentlemen, of the African Continental Tour. We got Simon Adams versus Dean O'Deer.
67.
This is the first
Dean, you
leg
require
of
61.
the event.
Come on, Dean. Take it away.
Both players looking just to register the first win of this match, getting a first leg on the board. Dean O'Deer 71 left, 18 segment, looking for tops.
31.
Why is the
Simon,
double
you require
20?
63.
Simon Adams here looking to hold his throw with 73 left. 54 left. Does he go 18 or 14? Needs the 14, looking for tops.
33. Dean, you require 40.
Tops now left for Dean O'Deer to take the first leg of this final encounter. And he gets it for the first leg. And as you can hear there, the crowd there supporting Dean O'Deer. It's going to be a bit of a tough affair for Simon Adams because everybody's going to be cheering for Dean. As mentioned, he's in his hometown. It will be such a memorable moment for him to win an ACT in his hometown. And a great start there for Dean O'Deer with a 134.
121. 90. 100.
Steady start here for Simon Adams in the second leg of this final with a 121 ton. As well as for Dean.
97.
Both players here under the 300 mark after 6 darts, but Dean doing himself well here, leaving 180 after 9. He's looking at a potential 13, 14, 15 darter. Simon Adams cannot set up here now after 280. So advantage now, Dean O'Deer. He has 6 darts now in this 180. He's looking to set himself up.
22.
Definitely what he hasn't hoped for. Leaving himself 158. It's quite a tall order, but Simon Adams here 235. He can use this as an advantage point to set himself up here. You feel a ton 140 would be good, but under the cosh, ton is good enough. Only registering at 85, so as well leaving himself a tall order for 150. So it's 158 versus 150.
60. Simon, you require 150.
150 now for Simon Adams. Does he look at the 20 segment? He does. Majority of the players normally look at the 19th segment where they will go 57, 57, 36.
100. Dean will require 98.
Doing well there to leave himself a ton, but Dean here with the 98 with a chance to break, to hold throw here against Simon Adams to take a 2-0 lead, but won't happen unfortunately.
38. Simon will require 50.
Simon here looking to have to break the Dean or Deer throw. It will be a second break in this match if it does go towards, and he went for the ball straight. Easy, feeling good, confidence, double 4. Gets a double 4. Level ping here for Simon Adams. It's 1-1, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at the Flamingo Casino in Kimberley, South Africa. It's the final of the African Continental Tour, event number 2. We have your finalist Simon Adams versus Dino Deer. It is 1-1 to the good. It's a race to 8, and we hope that this is a match that will entertain you all.
100.
180, come on, Dean. 180. Teacher.
Great reply there from Dino Deer after Simon Adams' stun. You feel that Dino Deer is looking to break yet another throw here to take the lead.
60.
But with Simon Adams coming back with 60, Dean's quite a bit of an advantage here if he can keep up this form.
47.
Only 47 there, giving Simon Adams another opportunity to at least get a comfortable start here in this third leg.
60.
60 there from Simon Adams.
Come on, lucky boy.
Not the start we hope for based on how we know both players can play.
135.
But brilliant reply there from Dino Deer with a 135. He's definitely giving Simon Adams something to think of.
140.
Great reply there from Simon Adams, 140, leaving himself on a 141. D now sitting on a 179. He wants to leave this handy.
877.
And he does well there on that last
Simon
dart
require
with a
141.
57. But Simon Adams here, 141. Great first dart. He's looking at a second dart, the 57. He just misses it there above the wire.
89.
Great attempt there from Simon Adams.
Dean require 102.
Patinia with a 102. 61st dart, probably looking at the 10. Double 16 for a 2-1 lead. Oh, and he just misses that out there.
Simon require 52.
Interesting stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. Simon Adams looking here to hold his throw to take a 2-1 lead over Dino Deer, the home ground favorite. And he just misses it out on the third dart.
Dean require 52.
Simon Adams now opening the door for Dino Deer. Dino Deer an opportunity to break the throw here against Simon Adams. Double 4 now.
28.
Double trouble there for Dino Deer.
Simon require 10.
Chance now for Simon Adams just to hold his throw here to take a 2-1 lead. Creating a little bit of comfortable space on himself. And he does so.
Simon Adams.
First dart in hand. Simon Adams. Double 5. 2-1.
Dean to throw first. Game on.
2-1 to the Saint against Dino Deer.
82. $43.
Take it up. Take it up. Relax, and take it up. Come on. Oh, wait. Come on, boy.
It's 2-1 here to the good against Simon Adams. We're in the final here, ladies and gentlemen. We're live here at the Flamingo Casino. We just want to thank everybody else for your patience and for everyone else just tuning in to see what we have to offer here at the African Darts Group.
100.
Steady time there from Simon Adams.
Somebody close to 180.
Great first start there from Dino Deer. Can he fill it up? He's looking for the maximum. And he gets it with a blinder there. What a look away throw there from Dino Deer. Dino Deer just showing a bit of confidence there. He's definitely a crowd entertainer here in Kimberley. He is the hometown favorite, and you can see, ladies and gentlemen, that is pure confidence from a man who is determined to win this event in his hometown. Great stuff there from the guy from Kimberley.
59.
He's enjoying every minute of this. You feel in this tournament he's picked up massive wins. He win Johan Geldenhuys, Devin Peterson. It's good feathers in his cap. It's enough to give him so much confidence, and you can see it here just by the amount of confidence. 120 now for Dino Deer for level pickings. Not going to go on this occasion, but at least leaving it handy because Simon Adams is not on close. Great recovery there from Simon Adams with the last start in hand. At least giving himself a decent outshot, but you got Dino Deer here, 80 after 15 darts. To level this match up, looking to just go over that dart. Tops now, moving over to the right.
60. Simon, you require 125.
Can Simon Adams take a 125 here to take a 3-1 lead? Just missing it out there. Hitting the 11th segment. It's not going to go.
33.
A little bit of a miss there from Simon Adams. So you got Dino Deer now. 20 left to level this match up at 2-2. Not explosive stuff on the averages though, but you feel under the cost of plays, he's just going to focus on trying to win every single leg, irrespective of how the form is. Hey, Dino Deer pins it on the third dart. It's a showcase, ladies and gentlemen, of the veteran versus the youngster. Dino Deer. His development within the African darts group has been tremendous, just picking himself up. And you have Simon Adams, a man with 44 years of experience, you know, experiencing the greatest years of his darting career coming up now, giving his time back to the juniors, the development of our sport. As we mentioned, the IDSL, the International Dart School League,
43.
where numerous platforms has been created for these kids to play overseas in the Motor Super Series and hosting tournaments all over Africa, such as Kenya, Mitchell's Plain, numerous other countries as well. And it's just a great initiative, and with the backing of Devin Peterson, it's going to be great stuff in the end. And we hope that these kids can be a part of the initiative, because in the end, they're not just going to be learning about the basics of darts, but they're going to be learning from these players personally themselves. And to share that experiences with them is going to be absolutely amazing, because in most cases it's just one guy teaching the basics of the game, but here you got guys who actually have the actual experience, and you can imagine how amazing that could have been for the kids, because as much as we're doing our best and some of us are living the dream, it would be awesome to bestow that upon them, and hopefully that they can do it as well. It is 2-2 here, ladies and gentlemen, in a race to 8. Simon Adams not capitalizing here on his throw, so quite an advantage here for Dino Deer. If he can hit a 2-treble visit just to leave himself in a close. Unfortunately, it won't happen, but
43.
he himself only coming back with 43. So favor kind of back in Simon Adams to make the best of this 2-6-8. He does well here, 60-60. Can he fill it up with 180?
140.
Solid 140 there from Simon Adams. Dino Deer sitting back now in a 246. He has to think about this. Good 60 there. Stay there for at least a checkout.
120.
Brilliant last start there from Dino Deer. Giving himself at least a chance there. 128 versus 121. The 128 won't go again for Simon Adams.
42. Dean, you require 121.
This would be a massive break if Dean can take out the 121. Trip 17 now.
57. Simon, you require 86.
Looking at the 54 segment. Probably going to stay there. Needs the ball.
52. Dean requires 64.
Dean now 64 for the 3-2 lead and break the Simon Adams throw. Double 16.
48.
Couldn't capitalize there on that opportunity.
94.
He felt that it was a little bit important there to break the Simon Adams throw and give him the advantage in the sixth leg. But Simon Adams here, double 17. It's not a double we see every single day. But he puts it with a second dart in hand.
Simon Adams.
And you can see there the hands of Simon Adams, for those of you who don't know.
Sixth leg, Dean is the first. Game on.
He calls himself the saint, and for every leg that he wins, you know, he just shows a gesture of hands raised as his way of showing that he's grateful
85.
for the sport that he's going to be a part of, the opportunities that he can be a part of, and obviously just to be here, and especially for him to be in this final as well. It's a massive achievement for him. It's been a while since we see him in the ACT final.
62.
Kudos to the veteran for being here. But as mentioned, we have Dino here as well. His first ACT final. It's his hometown event, and I'm sure he's hoping to seal the deal here, at least to please the Kimberley fans.
$43. $85. $40.
Just want to give a shout out to
96.
Tamron Bolton, sorry there. Thank you very much. We appreciate your thanks there for the difficulties that we have on the stream. We're up and running. We hope we can give you guys the best that we can, that we have here to offer. As mentioned, we're up and running. It's the final year, ladies and gentlemen, of the ACT event number 2 in Kimberley. We got Simon Adams versus Dino Deer.
57.
And Simon Adams registering the first 180 of this ACT final. Great visit there from Mr. Adams there. Giving himself at least some comfortability in the sixth leg there. Looking at a 118 now. He has taken this out previous leg against Liam Nicholson in the quarterfinals.
58.
A bit of too high down here looking at the 60 segment. Dino Deer here with the 114 looking to level this match up. 54, trip 18. Just is out there. 82 left. Does he look at the trip 14 or does he go to the pool?
46.
He went to the trip 14 only hitting a 14.
60.
So it's 60 versus 68, but advantage just Simon Adams to take a 4-2 lead. Tops now. You feel how his darts lie. It could be a good guide after that first dart. And he gets it.
Simon Adams.
He gets it. Simon Adams now take a 4-2 lead against Dino Deer, the hometown favorite for this event. You can hear, ladies and gentlemen, the crowd is a bit quiet with Simon now in the lead. It's understandable under the cosh of this event because, as mentioned, Dean is from Kimberley. We are in Kimberley, he's the hometown favorite, but Simon Adams will do his best here to just start his stuff. The veteran just goes about his business and, you know, he just tries to stay in the flow of things. But you can see there the focus of Dino here, trying to get back into this game. He knows the situation he's in. It's a race to 8 and we're approaching the halfway mark of this match.
60. $41.
Dino Diaz still within the 400 mark range after 6 starts. Not a great start for him here in the 7th leg. But Simon Adams here looking to take advantage after hitting 60 with the first dart.
140.
And he does so with a 140 visit. Putting tremendous pressure now on Dino Diaz.
93.
Great recovery there. You saw what it means to him in the last start. Simon Adams have a couple of wins under his belt when it comes to tournaments, you know, so he has what it takes to get over the hurdle in terms of playing in a final. But this is the first time we've seen Dino Diaz playing in a final, so is the final, can the final jitters get to him? But check here, 60-60.
100.
Sorry, that was only a ton. I thought it was a 2-treble visit, but he did well there to get himself back into the game within this leg.
81.
It was 205 versus 207. Simon now with 85, leaving himself 124. You feel he needs to capitalize here.
25.
And he does not, unfortunately.
Simon
So advantage Simon Adams. It gives himself at least 6 darts at a 124. But a brilliant start there. Double 11 now. Double 11 for a 5-2 lead and a 124 checkout. Just missing it out there. Great attempt there from Mr. Adams, the Saint. But Dino Diaz looking to at least apply some pressure.
46.
Not hitting the segments that he wanted.
22.
Simon now, 3 darts in hand. Needs to split this now. Burn 1 dart. Double 4.
18.
Tall
Tall.
now for Dino Diaz. Need a 2-treble visit here on a double. He's not going to get it. Need to hit a 57.
58. Simon will require 4.
Simon now into the madhouse now. Last dart in hand. Looking at double 1 for a 5-2 lead. Just recomposing himself there.
2.
Overpitching the dart there.
78.
A backdoor opportunity here for Dino Diaz on a 78 to at least close the gap here from 2 legs to 1. But he needs now a treble, and he gets a treble, double 10 now. Made a bit of a mess on that on the last dart, leaving 5 left.
73. Simon will require 2.
Simon Adams now in the madhouse, double 1. Just want to drop a little bit low on that one. And he gets it on the third dart. Simon Adams now with a 5-2 lead over Dino Diaz in the race to 8. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the final of the ICT2 event here in Kimberley at the Flamingo Casino Hotel.
134.
Both players not at an explosive start where average is concerned. It could potentially be fatigued. You know that, as mentioned, it's been a while since we've seen Simon Adams here in the final as well as Dino Diaz's first final. So these players has been playing all day. They still got an event tomorrow. So sometimes fatigue can get the better of players. But in the end, it boils down to who can hold their own in the end. Dean shaking his head there. Probably disappointed,
80.
knowing the situation of the game that he's in. Looking to set this up now.
100.
Solid time there for Dino Diaz, creating a little bit of comfortability space for himself here in the 8th leg of this match.
185.
Simon Adams doing his best here just to try to keep himself within the leg. But Dino Diaz with 6 darts and 167, looking to leave it handy here.
93.
Great last start there, waiting the 54, leaving himself 74 left. Simon Adams looking to set up.
59.
Only
Dino
59
requires
scored.
64.
Tall order for Adams, but Dino Diaz on a 74, 20 segment, 4 tops. Drags that last dart now,
Simon will require
ricocheting the battle. Simon Adams here, unlucky there. He had an attempt earlier on a 1-4-2 against Liam Nicholson.
60. Dean, you require 20.
A chance here for Dean to get another leg on the board and close the gap within 2 legs. And he gets it on the second dart. Double 5 for Dean here. And you can hear from the crowd, ladies and gentlemen, what it means when Dean here close a leg.
Not leg start. Simon to throw first. Game on.
5-3 to the good to Simon Adams. It's Simon Adams with a throw now. If Simon Adams holds his throw on every turn, he could potentially win this match. Dean's going to at least need to break the throw on 2 occasions here to at least give himself a chance to take an advantage if it do come to level peggings.
81. 41. 44. 60. 66. 99. 100. 58.
No set up there for Tino here. Simon Adams 2 for 9 looking to set this up. Tried to squeeze it in there in the bottom segment. But Dean here, potential 6 darts here. Or guaranteed 6 darts at a 219.
95.
Does well there, hitting a 95, leaving him a handy 124. But Simon Adams here looking to put pressure on the 124. Hits a treble, looking for another one. But it is 2. Great visit there from Simon Adams. Definitely puts pressure now on the 124 for Dean. But Dean now looking at the 54 segment. Just missing out there.
52.
And a great opportunity now for Simon Adams to take a 6-3 lead. He needs just one single, 2 darts at a double top. It's been good to him whole tournament. Double 10 now. And he gets it. 3rd dart in hand. Simon Adams take a 6-3 lead against Dino Deer, the crowd favourite. This is a massive turning point in this match, ladies and gentlemen. Can Dino Deer bring himself back into this game? He's keeping the crowd now intense.
45.
They want him to do well. But Simon Adams, as we say always, he just goes about and strut his stuff and just plays the game that he know he can play. And at this point of this match, it's enough for him just to get over the hurdle. He got a 6-3 lead over Dino Deer. But you can see that Dino Deer is not happy of where his game is right now. You can see the frustration on his face. And hopefully he can get out of that as soon as possible just to bring this match up to at least level pickings. There's a 3-leg deficit between the two. It's a race to 8. Simon Adams 2 legs away.
60. 93.
He's been quite solid on that 54 and switching. You feel that, you know, if he does not hit the 20 segment, then switch there to the second dart because it's really been good to him, the 54 segment.
66.
Dean probably looking at the 19 route here. Are we seeing a bit of fatigue here from Dino Deer? The dart is not going the way we know it can go, and he's probably putting so much frustration upon himself. You can see it in the body language, facial expressions. You can see there on the screen with a shake of the head.
82.
But this is the point of the game, ladies and gentlemen. It's always good and well when you get into the final, but can you get over that hurdle? And that is the difference between a player's mentality and a champion's mentality.
98.
Champions know how to win tournaments and get over that hurdle, but players do well for themselves to get to the final. Simon looking to switch here. Brilliant visit there from Simon Adams with a 174. You feel that visit was a bit of a thorn in the side of Dino Deer, and he's just constantly applying the pressure on Dino Deer, because right now you can see the struggle on this young man's face.
78.
We all know he wants to do well.
77. Simon requires 78.
But Simon here with the 78 to take a 7-3 lead, and to be one within the match. Tops now.
38. Team you require 101.
A chance now for Dino Deer to come back into this match for the 101. Great first dart. Does he look at the 9 or does he look at the 1? He's going for the 9. Double 16. Unlucky there.
85.
Couldn't manage to hit it there to make it
Simon
6-4.
require 40.
But an opportunity now for Simon Adams to break the Dino Deer throw. Was looking to go there to the left side of the board, but kindly over pitching it there.
16.
What an opportunity now for Dino Deer.
Going shot
Plays it now.
Dino Deer.
And you can see there was kind of no emotion from Dino Deer, because he knows he was lucky in that leg. It should have been Simon's leg for the win, but he's doing okay here just to keep himself within the game and trying to bag every leg that he can.
95.
Great start here to Dino Deer.
Wow.
And a brilliant 180 there for Dino Deer. Dino Deer registering his first 180 of this final affair.
100.
But Simon Adams plugging on with another ton to keep himself within the match. Can Dean follow up with a decent score after the 180?
59.
Only 59 scored. 3 or 6. You feel you should look at the 19th segment, but Simon looks at the 20.
55.
Doesn't leave it handy for himself to give himself a possible outshot. Dean looking to take advantage of the situation here with 262. 54s now. Wants to hit a trip 18.
42. 60.
Only 60 now from Simon Adams, leaving him 191. No checkout for Adams. Dino Deer, an opportunity for guaranteed 6 darts at 220, but he needs to set this up.
60.
He only does it with a 60, so he leaves himself handy with a 160. He's still got an outshot, but it's quite a tall order. Simon Adams looking to set up here from 191. And a brilliant visit there from Simon Adams.
160.
A 131 now. Pressuring the 60, the 160 from Dino Deer.
$58. Simon, you require 60.
Tops now for Adams. Double 10.
40. Dean,
Just
you
misses
require
out.
102.
D now 1 or 2. You feel if there's 1 or 2 go out, it's definitely going to get the crowd talking. 51 now. Needs the bull. Bullseye for Dino Deer. Just missing it out there. Great attempt there from the Deer.
77.
25 left now. But Simon Adams now coming
Simon
back to the ball with 3
required
dots in
20.
hand and double 10. Plays it with the first dart. And Simon Adams, a crucial moment in this match now to take a 7-4 lead.
Game on.
A lot of work now to be done for Dino Deer to get himself back into this match, as Simon Adams is within 1 of the match, as it's the first to 8, ladies and gentlemen.
58.
We're in the final year of the African Continental Tour, event number 2 here at the Flamingo Casino in Kimberley. As always, we thank everybody else for joining us within for the streams and the comments. We do appreciate it.
85.
As you can see it there, the Sun International Flamingo Casino here in Kimberley. We are here. We are live. What a great setup we have here. A great venue, great atmosphere.
59.
And it's all thanks to the African Darts Group to hosting these events for everyone else. It's great opportunities, not just for us as local players, but for the guys up in Africa as well. And in the end, we all get to get international experience if we do get those accolades. And kudos to
41.
ADG.
85.
85 there from Dino here. Doing his best here to keep this match alive. But Simon Adams here is just going to keep plonking on here.
123.
Great visit there from Adams to give himself at least an edge in this leg here.
127.
Seems like Dino here is just losing the plot here. I'm sure after this we're going to have a little bit of a chat. He'll probably be very disappointed if he has to lose this game.
35.
We're not going to call it now. You can see the bit of concern on his face, but he needs something here to at least keep him alive. Or something just to ignite him.
77.
He does well there to recover on that last dart, at least just to keep him within the match. But Simon Adams here with a 217. Great first dart there. Looking at the 19th segment. Probably looking to stay there. Oh, he's going up.
96.
Leaving it handy with a 96, leaving 121. But Dean here, 195. Needs something big. Needs a treble.
95.
Gets it on the last dart. It's 121 versus 100. Who can get it first? Simon Adams looking at the bull segment. Trip 20. Gets it. 36. Double 18 for the match. Oh! And he just misses out for match start opportunity. One match start there for Simon Adams. Dino here, 80 left. Stepping over to the right. Top stops is his score. Just misses out. But Simon Adams here, double 18 for an ACT win. The first under his belt. Can he get it below the segment? And he misses out on an awesome opportunity for him. And now Dino here, 58, keep him in the match. Double 2. And he gets it to keep this match alive. Dino Deer is still here with us, ladies and gentlemen. He's still ready to fight. Simon Adams missing 4 match darts to seal this match off. Steady start there from Adams, working with a ton. Can Dino Deer capitalize? Hitting below the segment all the time, and he's just trying to get it over the top, but
90. Simon requires 65.
65 here for Simon Adams. Tops left for the match. Stepping back, taking his time. Nothing to stress about there because you know Simon Adams is going to come back with 3 darts on 40. Dino Deer sitting back on 118. No possible checkout for him. You can see the disappointment in his face. He knows that he could potentially do better, but is this the end of Dino Deer? Registering 96. 40 left for Simon Adams for the title. Looking to go left or right. And still, Simon Adams can't seal the deal here with 8-4, with 8-5 win. Another opportunity for Dino Deer. Great first dart, double 12. And Dino Deer coming back, keeping this match alive, ladies and gentlemen. You can hear the roar from the crowd. He took that opportunity and sealed it from Adams. Adams now having 8 match darts in total, but we are still going on, ladies and gentlemen. It is 7-6 to the good for Simon Adams. It's a race to 8, and we still have a battle going on here. Simon Adams now picking up some great form here. Brilliant start. 180 from Adams. Dino Deer showing a touch of the hand there. Great sportsmanship from the player. Looking like a defeated man now at this moment. But he's doing his best just to try to stay within this game. Adam is just trying his best to keep the pressure going on, but you feel Dean here needs something great here. Looking for at least 1 treble minimum. Two 6-6 here for Adams. Can he set it up? 1-3-2 there from Adams. Brilliant stuff there. Leaving himself something handy. 180 minimum here for Dino Deer. Not going to happen. 140 won't leave him on a close. Only 56 scored. A comfortable position now for Adams. Great first dart. 74 left. Trip 14. Leaving it handy. He's just trying 20. And you feel under the cosh here with all the attempts that Adams had, you surely he's going to have to take this out and seal the deal with the 8-6 win over Dino Deer. 97. Does Dean get the chance to 170? Simon 3 darts and tops. And Simon Adams seals it. Ladies and gentlemen, your African Continental Tour event number 2 here in Kimberley. Simon de St. Adams. What a memorable weekend it has been for him thus far. With all the work he has put in for the ADG, his development, everything. He came here to show and strut his stuff. I'm pretty sure it's going to mean a lot to him. Not just to him, but for his family as well as for the kids that is back home and looking up to watch him as well. Well done to Simon Adams. Big up to Dino Deer, coming all the way to the final to play in his host nation, host city qualifier. And once again, thank you everybody. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in with us. And thanks again. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here at the African Darts Group event. We are now looking at the Women's Series event number 2, where we have a epic battle between Bafedile Dube from Botswana, and we got the newcomer to the ADG, Sharon Williams. For those of you who don't know, Sharon Williams is part of the Williams family, where both of her sons, Lee Williams and Luke Williams, who is part of our fraternity as well. She got the support of her husband, and big ups to Sharon Williams to coming out here for the first time. And this is her first event, and she made it all the way to the final. As mentioned, she's joined us for the first time, and big ups to her. We've seen Bafedile within our midst as well, but this too is also her first final, so big ups to both female dart players. To make mention, alongside me, I have one of the African Darts Group Women's Ambassadors, Leonie van der Walt. She is with us in this match in a race to 4 in the commentary box. Leonie, it's good to have you with us here. This is the women's final, and just what we want to know from your side is that you've now taken a role as an ambassador for women's darts, right? You're doing your best to try to uplift the sport and all those type of things where women's darts is concerned. But can you tell us about the women's series in a nutshell? What is your take on it? How do you feel about it? And where do you think that the future for women's darts is?
Good evening, everyone. So the women's series is hopefully to get one of the women on this big stage in the UK. So there's an order of merit which we play for, and in a nutshell, in each year the women's series will grow with more women, and if we have the numbers at the end, we will hopefully send someone over.
Awesome stuff. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. So we're in the midst of trying to, up the numbers where the women's darts is concerned. We have seen the women's series on the PDC. You've seen the likes of your Bo Greaves, your Fallon Sherrocks, your Makuri Suzuki's as well. So it's an exciting times, not just for the men in our sport, but also for the women as well. And as mentioned, Leonie van der Walt has taken the initiative to become some sort of an ambassador for the women's series and try to just grow the sport as well. We're up here in the first leg of the women's final. Sharon Williams winning the bull, so she got to throw first in this game. It's a race to 4, and let's see what the ladies can has to offer for us in this final. It's a battle between Botswana and South Africa. We have the Botswana guys who has partaken in the African Continental Tour, who's supporting Bafedile, and I'm sure that she would appreciate the support coming from her nation's players. Great tongue there from Sharon Williams. We see Sharon Williams, a bit of old school there with the darts. She's chalking the barrels, as we know. Some of us, like 15 to 20 years ago, it was an in thing, and it seems to still work for her. Great first dart there, looking at double 19, just hitting the 335 left. Thank you, Tamron, for the comments on our live chat, as well as been supporting the men, supporting the women as well. We highly appreciate it. Sharon here, 32, to take the first leg of this match, and she pins it with the third dart. Sharon Williams holding a throw here, taking the first leg in the race to 4 in the women's series final. If you look up on stage, we got the Iron Lady of the ADG, Nicole Alcock, calling scores there for the ladies. So Leonie, this is the final of the women's series. If I'm correct, you have about 3 to 4 finals playing here. Just tell us, what it feels like as a female dart player to play in the final of a women's series. Is there pressure? How's the expectation and all those type of things?
There is definitely pressure, and we as women want the expectations to be the same as the men because we want our game to also be there. And we want to be the Bow Griefs, but we try to push and we try to achieve that level.
Great stuff. And I can imagine the amount of pressure it is for you guys because, as we all know, but not just here, but us, but in darts all over the world, most of the people is focusing on like the men in darts because that's what everybody wants to look at. But when it comes to the females, sometimes there's kind of a lack of support in terms of the views, the crowd, and that type of thing. Is there anything that you maybe feel like the women can improve on?
I think the women can maybe just improve on their confidence itself because they feel they aren't maybe as good as the men, and maybe we shouldn't just set our expectations as high as the men, and we should just focus on our level that we can play on.
100%, fully in agreement there with you. Obviously, we all know, just not within South Africa and Africa, that, but also throughout the whole world, that the standard of female darts is a total different ball game compared to where the men is. And we understand that in terms of where the men is concerned, everybody's looking at the big scores, the less darts used. But I feel both females in this match is doing well. Bafidele coming back now with a nice stun. She's looking now to at least level the matchup here at 1-1. She has a good lead in the second leg with a 192 left. Sharon now just looking to at least try to bring herself back within this leg. We just want to thank all those who are still tuning in for the Women's Series event number 2 for this final of the Ladies Affair. We're at the final here in the race to 4. We have Bafidele Dube versus Sharon Williams. It's a battle between Botswana and South Africa. Bafidele here with a 134. Great time there to set herself up for 34. And you can hear the Botswana guys just cheering on there in the back. Sharon here looking to set up this 191. .34 left for Bafidele. Was looking for the 1 segment there, but only managed to hit the trip 3, the trip 1. Sorry. Sharon here tall order for 134, 164. Sorry. But an opportunity here for Dube, 7-7 to level the match. Another attempt here for Dube on 7-7. Looking to split it. She went for the 6 route, so now she's looking at 4-4. But unfortunately, she busted that opportunity. So Sharon here with an open chance here. A backdoor opening on a 115, but will not go after hitting 7 after the first dart. She have 108 left. Cannot go out in 2. And a third attempt now at double seven. And a bust again. 83 now for Sharon. And she gets the double seven on the first dart. And a fourth attempt at double seven. Sharon now with the darts. It's 1-1 here in the Women's Series event number 2 final between Bafidele Dube and Sharon Williams.
45.
So, Leonie, you've lost out in the semi-finals of this event, and you lost out to Bafidele Dube. Before I continue with Leonie, we just want to apologize for the camera scene. We'll be up and running soon. If you can just please give us a moment. But we still got comms on the line, and we hopefully to keep you entertained as we go along. As you can see, the scoreboard is still running, so hopefully, as mentioned, we can keep you guys entertained thus far. So, as I've mentioned, Leonie, you've partaked in the Women's Series event number 2, and you lost out to Bafidele Dube. For someone of your stature in the female darts, you've played numerous events, you've gotten to finals. This time around, you lost out in the semi-final to Bafidele. What happened in that final? What was the final score? Did you feel any different? Was it something that didn't go away? Couldn't you close? So maybe just give us a little bit of insight of what happened in your game against Bafidele.
I was struggling with my closes. My scoring was going great. And I think that's the thing I must focus on from now on. And I must go practice it. And I think all the women, we are not struggling with our scoring, but we're struggling with our closes. And I think it's the nerves as well. And I'm giving a big ups to the women playing here because they're really not struggling with their scoring and the nerves. I know how I felt when it was my first time on the big stage.
Yeah, I can imagine. And if I may add, you know, you've played numerous finals, but I'm gonna say I'm sorry to bring this up, but there's one particular lady that always got the better of you, Susan from Kenya. Do you feel like she's a thorn in your side? Like, is that like one player you just can't get over? Because whenever we see Susan, then we see Lena in the final. And on 2 occasions, you lost out to Susan in the final, but you beat all the other women. So what is it about Susan that's from Kenya that's different compared to the other females? Like, is there something that, is she more consistent on the scoring, more consistent in the double? Or do you feel maybe it's just your own game in general?
Susan is a very good player, I must say that. I feel like it's a mental thing as well with myself, because all these players, you usually see them, you usually play them, and now here's someone that you've never played before. Now you must get used to their way of playing. But I would also say she's very consistent with doubles as well as scoring. So she's just a good player overall, and she's setting a good standard in Kenya. We've seen her in the final last year in Kenya as well.
Great stuff. And there you heard, ladies and gentlemen, we have Susan up in Kenya being one of the top female dart players, not just within Kenya, but within Africa as well. And alongside that, you have the guy like Peter Washori, who was recently on the Modus Super Series as well. And you do feel that if ever the ADG had to come up with a mixed doubles event, you feel that Peter Washori and Susan to be a pair would be a really tough customer for most of the teams as well. But just making mention of that, imagine the African darts group have a mixed doubles competition where it consists of one male player and one female player. Would that be something you'll be to look forward to?
I think I would definitely look forward to it. I would like to play with Devon again, as I've played with him in USA. But there's a lot of other great players in South Africa that I would want to play with. Maybe we should speak to Devon them to arrange something like that.
Yeah, I think that would be an awesome initiative. I think it would just basically, take all the seriousness away. We all obviously focus on the seriousness of our sport, but I think it will also be a fun initiative for us to do. And yeah, I think it will grow the sport for female dart players as well. You're probably gonna have the best of the best pairing up together, and like you've mentioned, you've paired up with Devon Peterson playing in the tournament in America, and you guys managed to win the event there. You played against the PDC professional Jules Van Dongen. And how was that experience for you? Because if I'm correct, that was your first experience or first encounter with Devon Peterson, right? So how did that make you feel? How was it feel playing with him? How does it feel to win that title, especially out of the country, overseas? Maybe if you can just tell us about that event.
In general, I was really excited to meet Devon, as I've looked up to him for a long time. And he's just a really nice and genuine person in general. It was a nerve-wracking experience, but I felt like I played the best darts that I've ever played before, as I had to make South Africa proud, or make Africa proud, show what the African Darts Group is all about. And I think a lot of people knew about ADG after that, because there was a lot of publicity about the mixed double winners, or even just people going over to USA.
It must have been a massive achievement for you to win a title overseas, and well done to you achieving that. And I'm hopefully we can get there sooner, and hopefully even you yourself, as well as other female dart players, can also get to venture overseas and participate in these events. But back to the game here, ladies and gentlemen. It's 1-1 between Buffadila and Sharon. Buffadila have 70 left. She has double six now to take a 2-1 lead against Sharon. And she just misses it out there on the double. But Sharon here with 24 left to hold the throw and take a 2-1 lead in a race to 4. And she gets it with the first dart. Well done there to Sharon Williams. A missed opportunity there for Buffadila to take a 2-1 lead. Buffadila now to throw now in the fourth leg. It's 2-1 here in the Women's Series event number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here at the Flamingo Casino in Kimberley, South Africa. Stay tuned as we're going to end off this event with the ladies final. And tomorrow is going to be even more exciting stuff, as we have the South African World Cup qualifier event. It's a straight knockout affair. The winner of that event will team up with myself to represent Team South Africa at the 2025 PDC World Cup of Darts. Are you playing tomorrow, Leonie? You're not playing tomorrow. So let's just say you are playing tomorrow, right? And you happen to win the event, right? How would you feel knowing you're going to play in the World Cup, represent Team South Africa, and you're going to go play on the big stage? How would that make you feel?
I don't think I would be able to go. I would have been really nervous, but it would have been a big achievement to actually go. But we are excited to see who will be winning tomorrow, as there's a lot of good players that will be participating tomorrow, but I know about a lot of ladies that will be playing tomorrow. So maybe we can see one of the ladies winning.
Yeah, I definitely think that will be a story to tell. And who knows? I mean, it's probably a long shot, but if a woman wins it, I mean, hopefully the PDC would then look at a mixed doubles pairs event. Just to give out a shout out there on the chat, once again, we just want to say shout out there to Tamarin, who's constantly keeping touching base with us, saying there, well done to Leah and Nay, that you guys are all rock stars. You know, a lot of people out there are appreciative of not just yourself, you know, being an ambassador for women's darts as well, but at least for the woman who's partaking in this event, because as much as the top players within the ADG is an inspiration to the juniors, you yourself as female dart players are inspirations to other female dart players as well, for them to join the fold of the ADG and also make them feel like they can be a part of us. And I feel that's very important.
41.
As you can see here, we're live at the Sun International Flamingo Casino. We're live in Kimberley in South Africa. It is the ladies women's series final. Event number 2, we have Badile Dube versus Sharon Williams, a battle between Botswana and South Africa. It's 2-1 to the good year for Sharon Williams.
60.
A comfortable point lead here with a 190 up against a 246. She is looking to set the 190 up.
That one. Come on!
Sharon Williams missing out on an opportunity there on the 72 to take a 3-1 lead. But she's coming back now with another opportunity. She got 3 darts at double 10 for the 3-1 lead. She now needs to go all the way up to double 5. An opportunity now in Bafedile's hands. 61 to level the match. Went for the 90 in the lead. She got 42 left. Double 18. Over pitching at last dart there. Sharon now, double 5. A bust there from Sharon Williams. And another opportunity for Bafedile Dube. Double 8 now. Second pass in this matchup. And you can see there Sharon chalking up the darts. A very old school player we have here, ladies and gentlemen. You used to see this 20 years ago. But the chalk seems to work for her as she pins the double 5 for the first dart in hand. It's a race to 4, ladies and gentlemen. Sharon Williams is 3-1 to the good up against Bafedile Dube. She has the darts now to throw for the match. It's a race to 4 in the women's series event number 2 under the African Darts Group. Great 85 there from Sharon Williams. Bit of an overpitch there from Bafetile. Showing some frustrations now. She has quite a nice pitch. You know, she has that stride to throw some solid darts, and as you can see, it goes straight into the 20 segment. And just a pity there on that first dart that was overpitched, that went way over the board and not gaining any points there on the first dart. But definitely have the game, and you know, you do feel that with a little bit of guidance can potentially work on that. And just as I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, and you can see there, brilliant 125 there from Bafedile, giving Sharon something to think about. But Sharon is switching to the 19s. Great first dart there. Was looking to fill it up there, but hit a trip 3 there on the last dart, but did well there with the 85 at least. Keeps within this leg here, this fourth leg of this final.
41.
Can Sharon leave herself something handy here after 250? It's a great lie there with that first dart, looking to kiss the barrel into the 60. Just a bit of a ricochet there on the flight there, going into the 5.
Thank you.
Both players looking here for a decent setup. Bafedile leaving herself now in a 131. Sharon back on 199. Looking at the 19s again. Great second dart there, looking to fill it up. 79 score, leaving it handy with a 120. Great second dart there. 50 left. 18 or 10 segment. Went straight for the ball. 120 now for Sharon for the match. Not going to go out on this occasion, so an opportunity here for Bafedile to take the 46 out, to be within one leg difference here and level the score. Sorry, not level, but at least close the gap. 3-2. Not what you wanted there on the first dart. 13 scored, so 33 left. A 1 there to leave herself in double 16. And she misses an opportunity here. And Sharon Williams now has an opportunity to secure this match now. 96 required. She's probably going to look at the 60 segment. She does. Looking for another. 56 left. 56 scored for the 40 to put a bit of pressure on the 32. But Bafedile now 32 to make this 3-2. Double. Needs another one. And she just overpitches that last dart there to give herself an opportunity to stay within this match and make the score 3-2. But Sharon Williams here in a race to 4. She has 3 points on the board. She got 3 darts left on double 20. Can she take it out to seal this match? Double 10 now. Double 5. And she just misses out on double 5, giving Bafedile another opportunity. But it's quite a tall order because now she needs a single 1 here to go for the double 2. But she gets the 1. She's looking at the double 2 now. So double 2 for 3-2. Another missed opportunity for Bafedile. But again, Sharon Williams has an opportunity to seal this match with a 4-1 victory and become a Women's Series event champion for the very first time. Unlucky there, pacing out at first 2 darts is lying. But it's kind of a bit difficult for her to get in there. But again, Bafedile back at double 2. Into the madhouse now, double 1. Great marker. Unlucky, over pitching and just missing out. And Sharon coming back now, double 5. For the Women's Series title to her name. She's taken this out before. She's just unlucky there, hitting the 5. Rectifying it there. 2 left for Bafedile Dube. Using the guide of the darts. Can't seem to find it. Sharon now. Change of scenery at the board from double 5 to double 2. And she gets the double 2. And Sharon Williams, ladies and gentlemen, is a Women's Series event number 2 winner. It's her debut here at the African Darts Group. Her debut at the Women's Series. And she has been the victor of this event and she won her very first title. We just want to thank everybody who has tuned in with us today for the African Darts, the African Continental Tour, the Women's Series. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you to everybody. It was awesome. We appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a massive event. We're going to have the South African qualifier for the World Cup spot at the PDC World Cup event. Stay tuned for that. We'll see you guys tomorrow.